Hey guys, how's it going? This is NAMM week, of course, so if you see me at NAMM, please don't be afraid to say hello. I've got more than enough time to hang out with anybody who asks. I'll be hanging out at the Rev booth, I'll be at the Chicken Picks booth, and I'll be doing a couple of events on the Saturday and the Thursday for Two Notes as well. I'll be hanging out with Fluff for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock for swag with you guys. So make sure to drop by for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, here we go. First question.
This has probably been asked before, but is playing metal on a Strat dumb? I've heard hipster douchebags say you can't play metal on a Strat. Strats are for rock and blues. But I've also heard others say Strats can play metal. I just want to know because I'm getting myself a Strat and want to play all genres of rock on it.
Fucking hipster douchebags. Gotta fucking love them, don't you? Yes, you can play metal on a Strat. I mean, Glenn Tipton and KK Downing from Judas Priest both played Strats, and all through the 70s and the early 80s, you know, they loaded DiMarzio Super Distortion humbuckers into them. But yeah, they stratted the fuck out of metal back in those days. You know, I mean, like Green Manalishi, that was Tipton's, you know, mirror pickguard Strat. And as he said, that guitar is just absolutely fierce. You know, you might want to drop an EMG into a Strat, but you're going to get a metal as fuck tone. There's absolutely nothing wrong with playing a Strat in metal. Just make sure you've got a decent pickup. And don't ever let anybody tell you what you can and can't play on your instrument. That's for you to decide, no one else.
Hi Glenn, could you make a video showing how to use an SM57 with an MD421 and how it compares to the Fredman technique? I've been interested in this combo for a long time, want to know if it's worth the investment as the MD421 is quite expensive.
Yes, that is going to be the subject of an upcoming video, the 57 matched up with the 421, which is a very common mic technique. I love it. I use it occasionally. I used that on Despised Icons, Montreal Assault. I reamped the guitars for that album years and years ago, and I as I recall, I think it was a 57 and 421 matched up. I don't know how Yannick mixed it though. That's really up to him, but I do remember getting a pretty fucking monstrous sound that way. You just can't go wrong with a 57 and 421. Yes, I understand the 421s are expensive, and yes, they are totally worth the investment. Thing is, you can buy a 421 for $400. It'll last you your whole life. You just can't go wrong with one of those microphones. If you're wondering about getting one, get one. You'll thank me.
Detroit Rock City, it's hard to find Aquarian heads?
Well, unfortunately, I don't live in Detroit Rock City. I live across the river in Windsor, Suck City. It's a small city. We got about, 150,000, 200,000 people in this town, and that's it. And we've got one major music retailer, you know. They stock Remos, they stock Evans. And, you know, they're a pretty good staff there. They got a pretty good operation going there. The name of the store is Long McQuaid's. It's Canada's largest music retailer chain. I've got a very good relationship with the staff there. They're great people. But yeah, they don't really stock Aquarians too much, so it was a little difficult to find. Yeah, if I went over the border, I could probably find some at Guitar Center. Maybe I'd have to do a little bit of homework there. And it's cool you brought up Detroit because I think Detroit's really cool. There's a lot of cool people who live in that town, and it's got a really cool music scene as well. Very happy to live next door to Detroit because we've got access to all the big touring acts that come through there. And it's always a good time. And they've got fantastic Mexican food as well. And I'm always happy to visit Detroit. So everybody in Detroit who's watching the show, just like to give you guys big shout out. You guys fucking rule. Love that town.
You should do a shirt that insults rapers.
I'm gonna take a wild guess here. I think you meant rappers, whereas Stop Cupping the Mic Dumbass, especially the new design by Jason Rains, which is in stock now. I think that shirt does just a fabulous job of insulting rappers, as well as metal guys, because of the horrible mic technique. Watch some rap guys, and yeah, they've got really bad mic technique as well. As for insulting rapers, yeah, rapers are pieces of shit, and I think it's hilarious watching the social justice warrior crowd fall all over themselves in the wake of the Kelowna attacks, and trying not to point out that the assaults committed against women in that town were actually committed by men of a visible minority. That's really difficult for the social justice weasel crowd to fucking get around. It's very, very hard when you're trying to be politically correct and the people you're being politically correct for don't follow your doctrine. But when it comes to this sort of thing, I mean, like, I'm not the greatest commenter on this sort of thing. I'd recommend like Thunderfoot's channel or Sargon of Akkad. Those guys deal with those kind of politics far more eloquently than I could. I like to stick to, you know, what I'm good at, and that's making metal records and skewering religion.